Chris, why did you check on him? Why you take points away from a guy?
Not half bad, huh?
What's that?
Not half bad.
No, it was half real bad and half real good. No, the first half we were terrific. We were terrific. Energy, guarded, a couple of breakdowns. The only reason why they got some good looks and ran and attacked them inside, played inside out. Really good the first half. And second half, as good as we were the first half, we were about that bad in the second half. But able to hang on and win.
Do you like the way the guys seem to be looking for Jeff to keep his role going?
Yeah. Well, we wanted to, that they don't have a lot of depth inside like us, and so we thought, giving those two guys a chance to score inside may play to our advantage because of fouls, and certainly Jeff was terrific the first half, and Thomas wasn't bad either. That was two pretty good big guys playing the first half.
Their pressure, their zone, and then their pressure in the second half bothered you guys, and
I didn't notice.
I hadn't seen pressure bother you like that.
It was unbelievable to watch from my standpoint. I mean, just making grade school plays, and we're better than that. But certainly, I thought, I really like our guys. But whenever I tell them I like them, which I told them at halftime, I told them I just a cardinal. I mean, I said I'm really starting to enjoy watching you guys play. I told them that. I knew it was a bad mistake as soon as I said it, and then of course they gave me the opportunity to correct myself after the end of the game. So, but that was poor play. It's contagious. Bad plays are contagious, and certainly everybody caught the bug the second half.
How do you think your guards are doing at getting Jeff and Thomas the ball inside?
Well, I think they're doing better. I mean, I thought today we probably did a better job of getting the ball to them inside. I mean, we miss them when they're open some, but still, yet for the most part, we're not a great passing team. I've said that all along, and for a team that's not a great passing team, you have to understand that sometimes it's not quite as easy getting the ball where you want to go as if it doesn't come as natural to you. But I thought we did a good job getting the ball. I think we're getting better at passing the ball, except if somebody yells boo, in the second half, and we may not pass it very good. But first half, I thought we did a pretty good job passing.
Jeff had that one nice pass out of the double team. Do you see that it's opening things up for other guys, Thomas in particular, with the way he's playing now?
I think I guess you could say that. I think it will, without question. Jeff's a good passer. I mean, he's a good passer, and they went to, if you go trap Jeff, which Thomas wasn't in the game when he went to trap, but if you go trap Jeff, at least, if he can just get a shot up, it gives, Thomas a good rebound or free run at the basket. Same thing with Thomas with Jeff. So I thought Jeff did a real good job with that.
What did you think of the job Thomas did on Brian Nash?
I thought the first half he did a great job. I thought everybody the first half was in tune defensively, and probably came a little bit too easy. We didn't play probably as well as the score indicated. I thought Tyshawn, he made one mistake on Page the first half, one, and cost us 3 points. But I thought we did a pretty good job on him, even though he had 10 at halftime. And then the second half, nobody was turned up at all. Second half, that wasn't a very good defensive team playing the second half.
Bill, the Cowboys were down in Waco and had a situation like this at halftime and completely went the other way, almost like waved a white flag in the second half. You think they had it in them to show another face?
Oh, they didn't wave the white flag at all.
I know they didn't.
I thought they, at halftime, I knew that they would come out and try hard. I mean, there's no question about that. And Travis he's a competitive guy. I mean, you can just tell. And they had some individuals probably not play as well as they'd like the first half, and I'm sure I don't know what he told them, but I bet it was because I've been in that situation. Hey, we're gonna win those second half, and we're gonna make them know that we were here, and whatever the situation was, and they did a great job with that. They had I don't know what they had it to. I think they had the 12 one time with about 5 left. Is that about right? 6. So still a ball game. So and then I think we made a 3-point play right after that, but. Their fight certainly didn't surprise me at all.
Overall, what did you think of their young team?
I like their talent a lot. I like them a lot. I think that Page is still the key to their team. But I think that Brown has a chance to be a really, really, really good player, and LeBron has a chance to be one of the best players in the league without question. And I think Williams is a good player, and you get Marcus Smart in there. That's a pretty nice young group of guys without question.
After the Missouri game, you said that you were leaving that there feeling good about your team, and now
What's that?
after the Missouri game,
Mm-hmm.
you said you were leaving there feeling good about your team, and now you have K-State Monday. How do you? I mean, anything not change about how you feel, but
Well, I still feel good. If you'd asked me an hour and a half, I'd probably have a little bit better feeling ago if you asked me a little bit ago. But I feel good about our guys. I think that I think when we play right, we're pretty good. But when we get off on our own, and just really don't share it or just lose the edge a little bit, we get so average. But I do like our team. This was a game like the NCAA tournament. You have a lead, and then you come out flat for 5 minutes the second half, and all of a sudden momentum changes, you can't get it back. I mean, we've got to learn that. I mean, this is a good experience for us to go through something like that.
Are they exceeding your expectations at all?
Are we exceeding it?
Yeah.
I don't think so. When we started practicing, and maybe the 1st of November through November 20th or whatever, I didn't think we were very good at all. But the thing about it is, they always thought they were good, and that's a great thing as a coach to have regardless of what I thought. Even, I didn't tell them that. I said, well, this is what we're gonna do, and it's gonna work. But I'm thinking to myself, is it really? But they've exceeded my thoughts of where we could be. But once we started playing well, then why can't we be one of the better teams around? I got a lot of confidence in the guys when we went to Maui. That was a pretty good basketball team playing in Maui. And beating Ohio State, even without Sullinger, that's a pretty good basketball team. The problem is when we've been good, we've been real good, but when we haven't been good, it's been a big drop. And I think that's what happens when you don't have a lot of depth and you're only playing 5 or 6 guys the majority of the minutes. It doesn't take much for that drop to occur, But I do like our guys. I think this past week we played. I don't know if I've ever had a team have a team go back-to-back tough environments like we did this past week and play as well as we did at Columbia and Waco. That was pretty impressive to me, even though obviously we didn't close the game Saturday.
Was it cool having Clyde and the other 52 guys around this week?
Yeah, Clyde and his family, I think he brought like 8 family members with him. I'm gonna go hang out with them here in a little bit over at the club and listen to them lie and tell each other how great they were. But which happens with everybody. Certainly at my age, it's already started happening a lot. But it's really cool. I told our guys before the game, I said, hey, this is Ben McLemore's birthday. And I said, Ben, today's not about you at all. Today's about those guys coming back. Think about 60 years and you have that many guys still in good health and everything coming back, and to win our first NCAA national championship. And to have it mean so much, those guys walk around with leather jackets on. To me, that's cool. And the cheerleading outfits today, everything about today was cool. And I'm sure they appreciated all that.
K-State, you always kind of expect it to be a physical game. Have you seen enough from Jeff the last couple games to feel like he's ready to go in and really play well in that kind of game?
Yeah, I hope so. But K-State's different than Oklahoma State and Baylor. Baylor plays a certain way, and Oklahoma State plays a certain way, and K-State doesn't play that way at all. And Jeff had a good game against K-State the first time. So he's capable of going in there and playing well, there's no question. But there's going to be a body on him every time he moves. I mean, that's kind of goes with the territory when you play the Wildcats.
You guys did such a good job holding them to just a few number of offensive rebounds in that first game. Will that be a key? How did you feel like you guys were able to do that the first time around?
I haven't watched the tape yet, but I thought I thought the first game we did an exceptional job of getting the majority of the 50-50 balls. We got to certainly do a great job over there. Baylor, the first game, we did a good job of it. When you go on the road, we actually played pretty well, but the rebound discrepancy shrunk, even though we did a really good job. The rebound discrepancy will for sure shrink here. We just got to go over there with the idea that we have to control the board, so I think that's a huge key.
Kansas State struggled a little bit this year. Do you see something different this year that they had last year that they don't this year?
Not really. You know, they don't have Jacob, but you know, to me, you look at Frank's team. You know, they're one possession away against Baylor, and I'm trying to think of it at the top of my head. And there's a couple. Didn't they have another one possession game? Oklahoma wasn't that a one possession game? West Virginia was a one possession game. I mean, Iowa State was a one possession game, which they had control of the game. You know, you guys, maybe not everyone, but look at it and say, well, they lost the game, they didn't play well. That's not how I see it at all. You know, going to Ames and controlling that game from start to the very last possession, it's pretty impressive to me. We certainly weren't able to do that. So I think they're better than what their record is in the league. They're 6-6, if I'm not mistaken, in the league. Is that right? But they could easily be 8-4, 9-3. And I'm not sure that they could be 5-7. I don't know if there's been enough games. If they've lost the close games, I mean, if they've won the close games, to me it seems like they've had something go awry on those close games, and that's the only reason why the record's not as good. They've got a good team. Frank does a great job getting them to play hard.
How do you think this group compares to last year's team? Think they match up all right?
My team and last year's team? Last year's team was a lot better, but I'm not sure this year's team knows that last year's team was a lot better. So you know, you really look at it. If you're going to have 5 guys that play really well on this year's team and have last year's 5 guys play pretty good, we can play with them, no question. The difference is when Mario Little's your 10th man or your 11th man, and you got Travis as your 9th man and things like that, it is different. Elijah, your 10th man. You know, we had so much depth last year where if a guy wasn't playing well, somebody could maybe make up for that. That to me is the biggest difference. But if we guard and rebound, this team can play with just about. I mean, we can play with anybody. We can play with last year's team, but I don't think the consensus would be this year's team would be better than last year's team. I think this year's team can play better, but probably less margin for error.
How much respect do you have for the career of Keaton Page?
You know, I've known of Keaton for a long time. I know his father, and high school coach, and I've got a lot of respect. You know, if I'm not mistaken, he's in the top 10 in OSU history. A little disappointing he passed me his second game of his sophomore season in the scoring ranks. But I think he's certainly one of those guys that I admire. I love kids like that are tough. And he gets everyone's best shot and best defender every night. He still finds a way to get shot off.
All right,
All right, thank you.